Hello, my name's Chublot, but because we're friends, you can call me Chublot. Continuing on with our Baldur's Gate 3 datamine related content, I want to talk about race, but not in that way. But first, let's talk about what tags are. If you are anything like me, the word tag may conjure up memories of a not very socially distanced playground game, or the thing that greasy 14-year-olds paint onto bus shelters, or literally any other surface. But tags in Baldur's Gate 3 serve an important purpose when it comes to how the game world reacts to your character. There are a huge number of tags that can be applied to characters in Baldur's Gate 3, covering things like race, class, and sex. And for the purposes of this video, I've broken the race tag up into 3 different types. First up, we have the very straightforward race tag. This tells NPCs in the world what they're looking at when they look at your character. This allows them to respond accordingly.
First I damn near die at the hands of goblins. Then I get sucker punched by a bloody half-breed, by a bloody randomer, by a bloody lizard.
Now I won't go through every race currently available in the game, mostly because I can't pronounce this one. Cellophane? Cellophane? Yeah. That's probably right.
That is not correct.
But what I would like to talk about are 4 of the upcoming races that currently have implemented dialogue in-game. And lucky you, I've brought some examples.
It looks like a gnome, but it speaks like a beast.
You're probably not surprised to hear that gnomes will be added as a playable race. Both standard and deep gnomes will be selectable. Gnome-specific responses are sparse right now. They're able to complement Octa's goop to collect an extra serving.
You're a far cry from such things. But if I fooled your nose, I must be doing something right. Here, have more.
And get a bonus to the performance check of imitating Gimblebok at the chapel.
You sound a bit shaken, boss. Hang on while I find the key.
In addition to gnomish responses, deep gnomes are considered denizens of the Underdark and can claim it as their home.
Fungal roots weave through your mind.
Do my eyes deceive me? A Duergar!
That's right, the surly grey-skinned cousins that the other dwarves don't invite round for tea anymore are making their way to a character creator near you. Duergar are a dwarven subspecies, and like the Githyanki, they were once enslaved by mind flayers. This history allows them to easily identify creatures related to the squid people. There's already a lot of reactivity programmed in for the Duergar, but the majority of it is, well, take a look.
Holy hells! Underdwarf.
Late high, Nymessa.
A grey dwarf. Never thought I'd meet a decent one.
You're a long way from home, ain't you, Underdwarf?
I'm a deep gnome, you're a grey dwarf. You helped me. Now you plan to enslave me.
And you are Duergar. You are rot.
Aye, poison. From one of your kin's blade.
Don't like having a sour breath grey in my face myself, but here we are.
You look like the rot.
Everybody hates
Duergar.
Come now, tusks for brains.
This race is half human, half orc, and all muscle. While we don't have any models to admire, half-orcs are described as being broad-shouldered.
There's an awful slump to those broad shoulders of yours, Petal.
Based on that, and admittedly not much else, it seems possible that half-orcs will be getting a different sized model for the character creator. Perhaps even something close to Swole Druid Big Daddy Halsin. Responses for half-orcs see them make use of their intimidating physique.
I let you live, but spoil my hunt and you're dead.
They can also refer to the hardships that come with being torn between 2 very different worlds.
It shivers in understanding.
Dragonborn.
That's right, Tumblr. Baldur's Gate 3 will soon be one of the best ways to live out your Dragonkin fantasies. Like Half-Orc, there are no Dragonborn models currently in game. Dragonborn responses focus on the importance of clan.
I made no such oath.
They appear to be a proud warrior-like people.
Benevolent words in bothersome days.
And of course, they can offer insight into dragons.
Witnesses noticed red dragon marching at rear.
That about covers it for the race tag, so next let's talk about the really tag. Now you might think, Chublot, I've already heard about the races, that's what I came for, I'm leaving. And that's fine, but I promise the really tag is really important. Now if I asked you if you'd seen a really tag in game, you'd probably answer no. But in actual fact, you've seen one every time you've opened your character sheet.
I don't believe you.
Allow me to explain. Every time you open your character sheet in game, you may see that your race has been duplicated. In actual fact, what you're seeing is your racial tag and your really racial tag. So while it may look like a bug, it's genuinely a feature. Whether or not it should be visible, I don't know, but the really tag does serve a purpose. Keep in mind for this example, I've modified the game so that the really tag shows its true name. One character has the Half-Orc racial tag applied, and the other has the really Half-Orc tag applied.
You're not? For the best, I suppose? I wouldn't have fared well against the real thing. No offense meant. I was just surprised, concentrating on this blasted target.
As you can see, the response to the character that only has the racial tag seems to imply that they are disguised as a Half-Orc. The response for the character with the really Half-Orc tag applied is completely different. Not only that, as you continue the conversation, you can see that the character with just the racial tag applied gains no extra dialogue options, whereas the character with the really Half-Orc tag applied...
like this, you mean? Step, strike! Yes!
...is able to give Huex some unique pointers purely because they are really a Half-Orc. Every race currently in game, plus those unimplemented ones we've already spoken about, have really tags. As you might have already guessed, these tags are used by the game to determine whether or not your character is shapeshifted. The presence of a really tag suggests that players will be able to transform from the race in question. This is important, so please keep it in mind as we talk about the third type of racial tag. The third type of racial tag is the broadest but also comes with a lot of baggage. Unlike the race and really tags, the meta tag can apply to a larger group of races. There are currently 4 types of meta tag in the game.
I've known many a soul cross the frontiers.
As you've probably guessed, the rare tag covers the less common playable races, like Tiefling, Dragonborn, Half-Orc, Half-Drow, and Githyanki. Having the rare tag applied can change an NPC's response, taking you from
Hold out your hand, mister. Let me show you something.
To
Whoa, hey, can't say I've ever seen someone like you before.
It's worth noting that there is no common tag. If the race that you've chosen doesn't fall under a meta tag, then, at least according to the game,
You're basic.
The second most common tag right now is the Underdark tag.
Even the Underdark doesn't want you.
This is the tag that allows the game to identify your character as an Underdark native. It's applied to Drow, Half-Drow, Deep Gnomes, and Duergar. The next tag is unique in that it only applies to a single race in game.
Where are you from, where there are no cats, by the by?
The angry egg-laying Gith are currently the only example we have of a Planar race. This references the fact that the Githyanki are native to the astral plane as opposed to the material plane, which is why you can see them thinking with portals in the game's opening. You might find it strange that the Githyanki have an entire meta tag to themselves, but before I talk about what's going on there, we have to be a little bit grown up for a second. All of the information I've given you so far and everything I'm about to show you has come from an early access build of the game. Baldur's Gate 3 still has a year or more left of its development cycle. Things in the files may change, they may have already changed by the time you see this video, so please temper your expectations as you watch the next part. The fourth and final meta tag has absolutely no playable representatives whatsoever, but that easily makes it the most interesting. Listed in each meta tag file are the races that the tag is intended to be applied to. Things are no different for the bestial meta tag. As you can tell from the name, it's intended to be applied to more beast-like races. Here are the races that are listed in the file, and probably even more mispronunciations for me to get pulled up on. Kenku, Lizardfolk, Aarakocra, Tabaxi, and Turtle. But wait, there's more. There are more races for us to talk about when it comes to the rare and the planar tags. For now though, as best I can tell, the Underdark tag is complete. Now please don't be upset with me, but I did sort of, maybe just a little bit mislead you. Focusing in first on the planar tag, the Githyanki are actually not alone. They share this space with one other race, and for people familiar with this race, this may come as a surprise. The other race listed under the planar tag is Warforged. The Warforged are unique to the Eberron? This campaign setting. Being listed under the planar tag suggests that if they are in-game, they will be coming from another plane. Moving swiftly along to the rare tag, we have 6 more races to talk about, although one of them is Warforged, so I suppose we only have 5. The other races listed under the rare tag are Aasimar, Firbolg, Triton, Genasi, and Yuan-ti Pureblood. And if you're wondering if these tags even exist in-game, well, yeah, they do. Not only do the racial tags exist, so do the really tags. And all of them can be applied to your character. Now, none of them triggered race-specific dialogue. However, with these tags and the bestial tag applied to my character,
refugees, adventurers, and now a far-out visitor.
NPCs acknowledged that she was something other than human, despite her only legitimate racial tag being the human tag.
It's a rare day when I see one of you lot about.
This suggests that at least on some level, somewhere deep in the code, the game is programmed to respond to these tags. Or at the very least, the bestial tag. So what does this mean for the game? Honestly, I don't know. It could mean that they'll be playable eventually. They could be cut content. It could just be some overzealous scripter at Larian who added them in. Or maybe we'll see them, but they won't be playable. Whatever quadrant of the fence you fall in, keep in mind, again, that this is all datamined content from an early access game and should be taken with a huge pinch of salt. Now all that's left to do is for me to thank you for watching. So thank you, Tabitha, for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, hey, hi, hello again. Maybe I've misled you again because we need to have a little chat. So apparently one of the videos I uploaded got picked up by YouTube and suddenly has like 11,000 views. If you're new here, which you definitely are, then hi, hello, welcome, thanks for coming. Take a seat. Would you like some tea? No, I don't have enough tea. As you may have guessed, I'm still very, very new to this. This is my first big narration job. This is my first big edit job. So I'm still learning. I apologize that the video isn't perfect. I am desperate for feedback, suggestions. So if you have anything, you can send me a message on here. You can leave me a comment. You can message me on Reddit. I'm hoping to do a video similar to this for the class tags, if people are interested in that. Oh, and apparently I have like 90 subscribers now or something, which is insane because I had 2 subscribers for like 4 years. And I just keep imagining these 2 poor people who have completely forgotten that they subscribe to me and are suddenly getting bombarded with content from someone they cannot remember subscribing to. If you made it to this point, then see if you can guess who all of the characters I used as the avatars for the races in this video were. Leave a comment, and the first person to get them all gets the soul of my firstborn child. We're playing for big money here. Right, yes, okay. Thanks for watching, and bye number 2. Bye the second. Bye. Bye number 2. Return of the Toodles. And yuan-ti pureblood, and snake people.